These are the top 3 alpha-level mutants within the Marvel Universe. Let me know if you agree in the comments below. The first mutant is by far one of the most iconic. Cyclops, or Scott Summers, is one of the most important mutants both in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and even more so in the comics. He is the first X-Man and led them to save the world on multiple occasions. Cyclops takes on the role of protecting and fighting for a world where both humans and mutants can coexist peacefully. During the Krakoan era, he led the nation's defense as its captain commander. After the fall of Krakoa and in the most recent comics, he resumes his role as the leader of the X-Men, fighting to once more protect mutant kind. His powers demonstrate the peak of what an alpha-level mutant can do. His iconic optic blasts allow him to project a very powerful beam from his eyes. This beam draws its powers from a different dimension. Using his optic blasts, he has been able to hurt beings like Dormammu. His powers are so precise he was able to bounce a ball around with Storm and ricochet his beam in different directions. His blasts are even strong enough to push and even destroy Apocalypse. However, by far the strongest version of Cyclops to exist is when he became Dark Phoenix Cyclops during the events of Avengers vs. X-Men. This version of him was easily able to destroy the world and created anew. Even the Avengers with the X-Men couldn't stop him. It took the combined might of the Scarlet Witch, Hope Summers, and Jean Grey to get him to give up the Phoenix, allowing Hope to cast away the Phoenix Force. No one could stand up to Dark Phoenix Cyclops. He is also the husband to the most powerful mutant to exist, Jean Grey, and they had some pretty overpowered kids. I linked a video on the Summers family in the comments below. The next mutant on this list is the Mistress of Magnetism, Magneto's true daughter, Polaris. Polaris, or Lorna Dane, is a mutant that possesses the ability to manipulate magnetism much like her father. Albeit she is not Omega level, as there are upper limits to her abilities unlike with her father Magneto. She is able to manipulate magnetic fields and even the electromagnetic spectrum to do things like easily destroy Sentinels and create magnetic shields that can withstand multiple energy blasts. Her powers are also displayed as a beautiful green in the comics, which I personally love. At one point, Polaris also had a secondary mutation that allowed her to absorb negative emotion and increase her size and power based on how much negative emotion she was absorbing. Being the daughter of Magneto, there was no way Polaris wasn't going to be an important mutant. She has joined the X-Men and X-Factor mutant groups to save the world on multiple occasions. During the Krakoan era, she helped reform X-Factor and would be a prominent member of the X-Men once more. Polaris is a lovely but powerful alpha-level mutant that demonstrates the strength that an alpha-level mutant can achieve. She's also in a relationship with Cyclops' brother Havoc, and together, they are a pretty powerful couple considering they are both peak alpha-level mutants. The last mutant on this list is a personal favorite and definitely a fan favorite. Rogue, or Anna Marie, is a mutant capable of absorbing the powers, life, and memory of others. Most notably, she was able to absorb and retain the powers of Ms. Marvel, resulting in her being insanely strong and durable. More recently and currently, she absorbed the powers of Wonder Man and kept those abilities permanently, gaining ionic energy form and superhuman levels of durability, strength, and speed. These are just 2 of the times when she permanently absorbed powers, but she has absorbed many mutant abilities temporarily before. Originally, the people she absorbed could not consent to the absorption, but due to her powers being enhanced, people can now give their consent to have their powers or memories absorbed, which makes the process seamless instead of painful. Rogue is one of the most important mutants in Marvel, as she is not only a prominent member of the X-Men and fights to protect mutant kind, but also a prominent member of the Avengers, and has saved the world with both teams throughout history. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which mutant is your favorite. Personally, I love Rogue, but Polaris' powers in the comics look so clean.